Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Clyde's Abigail story, Paulina rocked, JANEL bomb, Stefan's Gabi mission. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Friday, June 14, 2024 are then. Suckers can anticipate Chad DiMera, Billy Flynn, to modernize Julie Williams, Susan Seaforth Hayes, about the Abigail DiMera, last played by Marcy Miller, situation. Coming up on Days of Our Lives, Stefan DiMera, Brandon Barish, continues seeking Kristen DiMera's, Stacey Hayduke, helping clearing Gabi Hernandez, DiMera's, last played by Camille Ibanez, name. Still, Stefan is tempted by Rafe Hernandez's, Galen Gehring, unethical suggestion. Keep reading to find out what's coming up in the coming occasion of the Peacock Cleaner pieces. Days of Our Lives spoilers, Clyde Weston story DOOL spoilers for Friday, June 14 reveal that Clyde told Chad that Abigail is alive. Of course, Chad thinks that this is insolvable. On the other hand, Chad knows that people come back from the dead all the time in Salem. So, Chad wouldn't be suitable to forgive himself if he didn't find out for certain about Abigail's fate. In Friday's occasion, Clyde will go ahead and tell Chad how Abigail can be alive. Trending. DOOL spoilers the shocking truth about Abigail, witness protection plot. DOOL spoilers, Julie Williams' discovery on Friday, June 14, suckers will see how Chad reacts to Clyde's story regarding Abigail's death. Clyde's story must sound possible as Chad goes directly to Julie to report the data. Chad will tell Julie what Clyde said about Abigail. Also, Chad will have to make a decision. Of course, there's always the possibility that Clyde is lying about Abigail. Chances are that Abigail is alive, however. It seems this is a way for the cleaner to fix its fatal mistake by killing Abigail off in the first place. Days of Our Lives spoilers, JANEL bomb. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Friday, June 14 reveal that Johnny DiMera, Carson Boatman, and Chanel Dupree DiMera, Raven Bowens, partake their big news. Still, I've a feeling that Johnny and Chanel might not be going anywhere. Maybe Johnny and Chanel tell everyone about their big move, also there's a complication or problem. Perhaps Chanel will have some disturbing gestation symptoms that make a big move too parlous. It's also possible that the big director changed his mind about Johnny. After all, Johnny awaited until the day of the deadline before telling Chanel. Maybe the director demanded to get someone additional lined up as Johnny was taking too long. Trending. Days of Our Lives spoilers. Constantine teases there's an adversary, who is it? DOOL spoilers, Friday, June 14, 2024 On Friday, June 14, suckers can also anticipate Stefan to continue trying to get Kristen to help him free Gabi. Meanwhile, Stefan will continue to be tempted by Rafe's suggestion. Sure, Stefan could break Gabi out of captivity, and Rafe might look the other way. Still, Gabi can't stay in caching ever, and she doesn't have the personality to lay low for veritably long. So, how will this story end? Matthew Ashford returns, Jack blocks Chad probing Abigail's death? Days of Our Lives spoilers reveal that Jack Devereaux, Matthew Ashford, makes a surprise return to Salem during the week of June 17, 2024. With Clyde Weston, James Redd, claiming Abigail DiMera, last played by Marcy Miller, is alive, Jack's return is intriguing. Could Jack block or inhibit Chad DiMera, Billy Flynn, from looking into Abigail's death? Keep reading to find out what could be next in the Abigail story. Days of Our Lives spoilers, Clyde Weston's claim. DOOL spoilers reveal that Clyde was eventually restrained in Montana along with disgraced officer Rebecca Goldman, Christy St. John Harris Michaels, Steve Burton, stopped Ava Vitale, Tamara Braun, from killing Clyde. After Ava went back to the motel, Chad refocused a gun at Clyde while Harris watched precisely. Chad nearly put a pellet in Clyde, but the fugitive made a bold claim. Clyde claimed that Chad was wrong about him. Clyde claimed that he didn't kill Abigail. Going indeed further than that, Clyde claimed that Abigail is still alive. DOOL spoilers, Chad DiMera's conflict. Chad doesn't know what to believe. Chad knows that he set up Abigail's dead body on their bed. Chad went to the morgue to say goodbye. Chad also knows that people in Salem come back from the dead all the time. Abigail faked her death formerly and also came back to find Chad romantically intertwined with Gabi Hernandez de Mera, last played by Camille Ibanez. Chad addresses to Julie Williams, Susan Seaforth Hayes, about it. Chad might also open up to Steve Johnson, Stephen Nichols, and John Black, Drake Hodgson, about it, perhaps indeed Kate Roberts Brady, Lauren Koslow. After all, Kate is a mama figure to Chad as well as Clyde's former nut. Maybe Kate can acquaint Chad and if Clyde would lie about commodity like this. Days of Our Lives spoilers, Matthew Ashford returns as Jack Devereaux. Days of Our Lives spoilers for the week of June 17 reveal that Jack makes a surprise return to Salem. So, nothing is awaiting Jack is what it sounds like. What could bring Jack to Salem so suddenly and without any notice? Could it be that Julie, Chad, or someone differently calls Jack and Jennifer Horton Devereaux, Katie McLean/Melissa Missy Reeves, to tell them about Clyde's claim? DOOL spoilers, disquisition blocked? While everyone would assume Jack would be on board with continuing Abigail's murder case, what if the contrary happens? Maybe Jack panics and urges Chad to let Abigail stay in his good recollections? Jack has been around Salem long enough to know that revivified characters are infrequently the way they were. They're either other people entirely, brainwashed, or ever tainted by the experience. Of course, Jack's concern could be about Chad and the children's well-being as well. Jack and Jennifer know firsthand the fermentation and gut-wrenching grief that Chad went through after Abigail's death. Jack and Jennifer might be concerned that Clyde is continuing old injuries, which could shoot Chad on a bad and maybe indeed deadly path. Constantine's confession used against him goes down for murder. Days of Our Lives, DOOL. Spoilers indicate that Maggie Kyriakis, Suzanne Rogers, allowed. She was only going to be suitable to put Constantine Meliunis, John Capellos, down on bogus embezzlement charges. Still, Constantine admitted to sabotaging Victor Kyriakis, John Aniston, airplane. Will Constantine's concession shoot him to captivity? Days of Our Lives spoilers, Maggie Kyriakis befriended Constantine Meliunis. Days of Our Lives spoilers reveal that Maggie befriended Constantine when he came to Salem. Maggie felt sorry for the man and feel for his falsehoods as he pretended to be Victor's longtime friend. Maggie did end here when other people tried to tell her what a crook Constantine was. Constantine continued to play on Maggie's sympathy as he worked on his plan. DOOL spoilers. Constantine's confession used against him goes down for murder. Maggie began to have passions for Constantine and wanted to keep him around. The further Steve Johnson, Stephen Nichols, flashed back about the history, the harder Steve pushed Maggie to shoot Constantine back to Greece. Constantine prevaricated saying the Greek mafia was after him. Maggie wanted to help Constantine find nearly to live. DOOL spoilers, Maggie Kyriakis proposed to Constantine Meliunis. Maggie instructed her attorneys to find a way to extend Constantine's visa. When all of her possibilities were exhausted, Maggie decided to marry Constantine, walking right into his trap. Constantine was thrilled and used this to rub his palm in everybody's face that tried to steer Maggie down from him. Maggie eventually learned the verity when John Black, Drake Hodgson, and Marlena Evans, Deidre Hall, figured out what Constantine had been over to. Once John told Maggie the verity, she was determined to take Constantine down. Still, Constantine has just given them a huge piece of substantiation against himself. Days of Our Lives spoilers, Constantine Meliunis incriminates himself. Once Maggie put her plan in stir, Constantine revealed that he was responsible for Victor Kyriakis' death. Constantine confessed in front of a roomful of guests, which could clearly open up in disquisition into the airplane crash. Of course, Constantine will try to take a hostage and get down. Will Constantine go down for Victor's death? It seems that according to spoilers, not only Steve,